Hey guys, it's Christina Marie from Dating Snippets, and today I'm going to walk you through how to hold a girl's hand. Specifically, I'm going to cover how to make the move to hold a girl's hand, how to hold a girl's hand, and what not to do when holding a girl's hand. Okay, first off is how do you make the move to hold a girl's hand? It's actually pretty easy to make a move to hold a girl's hand on the first date. When you are walking her to her car after the first date, when you're just like walking on the sidewalk, if her hands aren't in her pockets, just go ahead and grab her hand. Like, be kind of assertive about it, not like, oh, I'm gonna hurt your hand, but don't be shy either. Just hold her hand. Also, if you're doing like an activity or something like that, anytime after the end of the date when you're walking her or leading her through a crowd, just make the move to hold her hand. Okay, next is how to properly hold a girl's hand. Some people hold hands like this. I don't know. For me, this is personally not very comfortable. The best way to hold a girl's hand is to interlace your fingers. It's just much more comfortable and it doesn't feel like you're gonna, let go. Okay, second thing to do when holding a girl's hand. This is really subtle, and I didn't realize that there was a wrong and a right way to hold a girl's hand until a guy did it wrong. So when you are holding a girl's hand, you actually want your hand to be on top. So I'm trying to think about it because I didn't realize that until a guy put his hand underneath mine, and it just felt like so awkward. So when you are holding a girl's hand, make sure your hand's always on top. Whether you're using your right hand or your left hand, always make sure your hand is on top. So that brings me to the biggest mistakes when holding a girl's hand. Mistake number one is holding a girl's hands like this. Actually, there's three mistakes. One is holding a girl's hand like this. This is a mistake when holding a girl's hand. You want your fingers interlocked. Mistake number two when holding a girl's hand is putting your hand underneath. Your hand should be on top when holding a girl's hand. Mistake number three when holding a girl's hand is like being loose. Like, if you're in a business meeting and you meet somebody and they just give you the fish hand, as they call it, you're kind of like, what are you doing? No, like, hold the girl's hand. Don't hurt her, but definitely hold her hand. Don't give her like a limp little fish hand. That's a big mistake. And then a final tip, you might be wondering, well, should I hold her right hand or her left hand? Like, which hand should I use to hold her hand? I don't know. It doesn't matter, but, little tip, when walking with a girl, you usually want to be on the side closest to the street. So if you're walking down the sidewalk, be on the side closest to the street and then hold her with the hand that's obviously close to her. That's it. So really easy to hold a girl's hand. Just make a move at the end of a first date as you're leading her through a crowd or just walking her to the car. Make sure to interlace the fingers and please make sure your hand is on top. It sounds kind of weird, but when your hand is underneath, I had a guy do this to me and it felt really like, I was like, what are you doing? Anyway, if you thought this video was helpful, subscribe please and leave a comment below with any questions. I'd love to help you out. Thanks guys.